Have you ever wanted to kill yourself? Well, I think you should do it. But you know what you should also do? You should listen to me talk about Kiznaivers. Now, I know, Studio Trigger, a lot of their shows always have like a more iffy type of part that could either define the show or ruin the show. And it's funny because this show specifically, Kiznaivers, I had it on my list of like shows I want, like, from all the shows that were airing seasonally in 2016, I think it was. This was just one show I just never watched, but it's still on my list. So I finally gave it a watch. Finally, after all this time, because I love Studio Trigger. I mean, their shows are pretty at the least. They're at the prettiest, and they always start off good. They may not end too hot, but they're at least pretty good. But this one, it was I'll give it this. It was pretty good all the way through. Like, I won't lie, I have a lot of fucking gripes about this show, which I'm gonna talk about. But for the most part, it was a very, very good show. It was enjoyable. Uh, First of all, the characters. So the plot of the show is pretty much about a group of people that are brought together for an experiment, and the experiment is for everyone to feel each other's emotion, each other's pain, like they connect all these people, because that's like their whole point is to connect these people. And the main character, his name's Kazuhira. I had to look at that because I didn't fucking remember his name. The main character, I'm not gonna lie, is so forgettable. He's just so forgettable. If he wasn't voiced by the voice actor that does like Meliodas and such, he would have been so forgettable. He was literally like my like, I don't know. Like, I didn't hate him, but he was just kind of there. He was one of those characters. But he was like, it's kind of a spoiler, kind of not. I mean, you kind of know from like the first fucking second of the show, but he was one of the original experiments because they were doing it on a bunch of children. But the one that he's in now is when he's in high school with these other people. But the whole point of the experiment is to get people to understand each other, to like try to make more like world peace kind of thing. And that's pretty much like the plot without me spoiling anything. But to be honest, even if I do spoil anything, it's not gonna make a big fucking deal because the payout for the show sucks. I won't lie. So to explain that, so the show starts off with the main character. He's getting bullied, but he can't feel any pain. He's lost all emotion, all pain, receptives in his body. But he is getting bullied. His childhood friend, which should have won, by the way, Chidori. See, dude, I remember pretty much everyone's name from this besides fucking the main character. 'Cause he was just so, I don't know, but she cared for him. So there's like a love between those two. I mean, her to him. He doesn't fucking give flat shit about her. She likes him though. And then we get this next character. His name's Tenga. He's a really cool character. I like him. But I'm gonna talk about it more later. Okay, but his whole thing is he's there to save him, or not save him, protect him. But he's like, nah, you gotta, because he's like the more the delinquent character. He's the rough and rowdy delinquent. Flashing lights.
Flashing lights. Flashing lights.
But also we get introduced to the rest of the class, and we get like this super kawaii girl. Her name's Nico. We get like this like fuck boy, like pretty fuck boy. I don't remember his name either. What is his name? Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Yuta. His last name. And then we get this girl, which she's kind of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. She's a big bitch in the first like fucking 6 episodes. Her name's what's her name too? Maki. That's right. I knew it was Maki. I knew that. I swear. I didn't have to look at my phone that I have pulled up. And then the sixth member, or wait, seventh. Yeah, seventh. He's like a sadist. He's into that cock and ball torture. Dare I say? And that's his whole thing, is that he's in the pain. But the whole point of the Kiznaiver project is, like I said, I do that, someone's gonna feel it if they're connected with me. If someone spits on me and I want to cry about it, everybody's gonna feel that sorrow I have. Or that's the point of the project, at least. But with this group, they, they get the results that they were looking for, and they all end up getting linked together under these circumstances by this girl named Noriko, and so they played off like it's a big surprise, kinda. I think I don't really remember. It's not. You see her literally fucking in like the first couple seconds in the flashback with the main character, and you could already tell. Like, okay, I'm gonna talk about a trope that I fucking hate. I can't tell you the name of any of these shows, sadly, but I know I have seen plenty of shows with this type of plot. But it's main character has a memory that he doesn't remember for like 10 plus years about a girl he met one time. And when he remembers her all those times later, he drops everything to be in love with her. I fucking hate that plot. I hate that type of character arc. I hate that shit so much. And spoiler, that's what this show does. If you like the best friend girl with red hair, Chidori, best girl, you don't expect her to win. Don't expect it for this to be the like the ass pull of this girl. Yeah, I don't know. I hate it. I hate that shit so much. But that's where a lot of this show comes from. This show could have benefited heavily from 24 episodes. Why was it 12? 12, yeah, 12, not 13. It was 12. Why was it 12? The world may never know. I'll be straight up. The world may never know. I just like, okay, so one thing that I like about the show, but I kind of wish they built more on, was each character was a trope. Like in the group, each was a trope, the childhood friend, she was the obsessive about the boy, deeply in love. The fuck, why can't I think of the word? The thug, Tenga, he was the delinquent, but he was a big softy. Oh, who saw that come? And then the pretty boy was, he only cares about females and sex, and he wants to look as pretty as he can. But deep down inside, when he was a young boy, he was fat and ugly. Ooh, looking like me, modern day. Who would have saw that coming? And then you have Lily. I like her. I like her. She's the most generic out of all of them, but she's somehow the best fucking character, and she's the reason why the show ends the way it does. Which I don't think the show ends a bad way. I just think it would have benefited from more episodes. That's all. But she is. She just wants to be quirky. That's literally her whole thing, is being quirky. That's all it is. And then the other girl, Maki, Hanuka Maki, her whole gimmick is she just wants to be alone and cut off the world because of a trauma she had when she was younger. Wow, all those were generic. And then the MC, no emotion, no pain, quiet. Wow, who would have saw that coming? How unique. But I think this show plays a lot of, like, it uses a lot of these generic kind of tropes to its benefit. For some like, honestly, I think all characters could have worked, like I said, if they had more time. Because I'm not gonna lie, when the ending of the show comes up, you're just like, this is the first thing I thought when I saw the ending. That was it. That was the fucking conclusion. Because they were building up to this thing in the show. They were building it up super hard. And it gets resolved in one episode, and there was like no stakes, no nothing, dude. It sucked so bad. Like, I think the show's good, and I enjoyed my time with it, but the build up was terrible because it fucking built up to nothing. It was like a Dr. Giggle Touch fucking fucking beat drop, bro. That shit was ass as hell. I don't want to spoil anything, but at the same time, you kind of have to spoil to talk about how big of a letdown this buildup was. Because, dude, by episode 9, this show got fucking intense because it was starting to show you the inhumane aspects of this experiment. Because it got to a point where all their emotions were flaring up. Everyone was on edge with each other, and everyone didn't know what was going on. And this is when they were all trying to connect, finally. They were all becoming friends, trying to connect. But here they are. They're starting to fucking hear each other's thoughts because severe emotions. They're starting to feel all these ways towards each other. God damn, bro, am I fucking dying? They're starting to feel all these thoughts. All these emotions are flaring up. And it starts getting to a point to where they all accumulate this crazy emotional pain and heartbreak, and it spreads between all of them. So now they're just on the floor suffering in pain because they just don't know what to do, you know. It's and not only that, but like they're high school students, you know. It's like you still are very very emotionally vulnerable. You're still learning shit. So it's like for these kids to be thrown in this situation, and like it really hits hard, and it really nails in the coffin. Like, damn, this is a fucking great show. But then everything after episode 9 makes you realize, oh, great concept, bad execution, because it just felt so rushed in the last 3 episodes. Because then you get the full flashback of when they were kids, on like when they were the original experiments, and then you get you get all the friends to make up, and then the big final conflict happens, which is fucking out of nowhere. Doesn't really make sense. No build up necessary. Like, there, I don't know. Like, it was super disappointing. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I would still recommend this show to people because the ending's not gonna make you be like, this sucks, it ruined the whole show. You're just gonna be like, I kind of wish they did more with it, because you could see the potential through the show. Like, for example, the Maki character, she had a full 2 to 3 episodes to herself, building on her reasoning for why she was who she was. They had the whole thing with the main character. Obviously, the main character stuff. Actually, I don't know if the main character stuff was necessarily rushed. I would say it was pretty good because he got like a full episode to where he finally started showing emotion, and then the next episode after that was him starting to come, like, you know, like, get more realization, start understanding people more, which was the whole point of the project too, to understand how other people feel, like, you know. So that was kind of cool. You get this whole character arc with the main childhood friend Chidori. She's trying to understand that her feelings matter, but so do others. Because all she cared about was herself. And then she finally comes around. And it's cool because you see it throughout the show that she has more and more breakdowns. And then she finally breaks and snaps. And then you get to the conclusion part of her character, to where she now understands that life happens, shit sucks. But just because of that, it doesn't mean I have to cut off everyone and only care about myself. I gotta care about others too. So she starts understanding the feelings of the guy who liked her, and she understands that she won't be able to be with the guy that she likes. So she has to support him as a, you know, kind of like, it's a good little character arc. But then you get the rest of the characters, and the rest of the characters were all like really dumbed down and simple, because it was like the blue-haired guy. Oh no, I was fat as a kid, and now I'm pretty. Bam, that was his whole character arc. Like they didn't give him any episode to himself, any reflection, any of that stuff. You know, it was like, I kind of wish they would have gave him more. You know, because a lot of these characters, even though they're generic, they worked out the way they did. But they could have been so much better if they were more, you know, built up. Because then you also have the main, like the main like what's her, Nico, the main lolly girl, fucking yellow hair. She was the same way, to where her whole thing was, I want to be quirky, but I want people to know that that's my real personality. That was like her whole trauma. And that was it. No build, no nothing. But like I said earlier, she ends up being like the best character in the fucking show, because she's actively trying to push the plot for all of us. She's actively trying to get everyone to be friends. She's trying to make everyone realize the point of the experiment. You know, like even though she didn't get no build up or anything, I feel like that was kind of the point with her, because she was so trivial. But she was so trivial yet so impactful, because she was trying to make everyone friends. She was trying to get everyone closer. She's trying to understand that shit happen. You know, like she kind of understood already and she's the kind of the glue that held all these characters together. Because especially, fuck me, bro, I am retarded. Especially after episode 9, she kind of kept the glue together. And then for the sadist dude, honestly, he didn't need more. He was kind of just a likable character all through and through, and it's kind of cool how he became best buddies with like the first character for the last like half of the show. But his whole thing was he didn't want to be part, or he didn't like trust the other experiment goers, or he didn't want to like understand them until he could feel real pain, because they're all connected, and he likes hurting himself, but the pain's all separate, so he doesn't really feel it no more. So the main character fucking jumps in front of a truck, gets fucking hit by a truck, and lands in like a convertible. And the homie's like, oh, and like comes everywhere, and then fucking now he's like buddies with everyone. But like, even he, like, even though it was bare minimum, it still was a whole episode to him, and it was still more than the others. And for Tenga, the bully, he didn't really get anything direct himself, but you kind of saw it throughout the show. Even though he was super one note the whole time, like he was just always angry, but you know, he kind of had like his thing going, to where he was only there to help him out with the money situation, and then he wanted to get a cut from it, and then he started living with him, and then they became buddies, and then next thing you know, he's trying to be his wingman, he's trying to help him out with this stuff, but then he realizes that he's going against what he wants, so then he realizes that to get what he wants, he has to stop sticking up for others. And then at the end of the show, and like the end credit scenes, you see him. He tries shooting a shot finally with Chidori, which I don't really see them as like a good couple, man. I'm not gonna lie, that shit would, like, I get it, I guess, but like, I don't know. All I'm trying to say is more time should have been given to build stuff up, because like I said, like, all the way up to like episode 10 it was doing good, and then like 11 and 12 it was just like bam 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 bam, we lost all emotional impact, we lost all interest in the show, all build off was fucking pointless and dumb. And I'm not gonna lie, this isn't a spoiler, but it deconfirms if anyone thinks this while watching it, but I wish the blue-haired girl died. They were talking about how she had like this huge fucking risk with her, of how she was taking in the pain of like all these kids, all this pain, and she had to be constantly taking this drug to save her, this and that. And then by the time of the final episode, all it takes is like one little, oh, don't take their pain. It's as simple as that. Don't fucking take their pain. Don't take their pain. That's all you have to do. And you know what she does? She stops taking their pain, and guess what? She's perfectly fine. No more fucking of that medication. The genocide she was like trying to fucking create. It wasn't even genocide. It was just they're playing it off like it was. But dude, it was just so dumb. Her character sucked. I'm not gonna lie, she sucked. Like they were also building her up to be like this intricate character, and I felt like we were gonna lose her. Like I felt like she was gonna die. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it's to the point where to get her pain back, or to get his pain back, she had to get rid of herself to give back the stuff to everyone. But no, all it was just don't do it no more. And then she didn't do it no more. And guess what? They're perfectly fine. And guess what? No freaking penalties for what she was doing either. She was like doing World War III. She turned off the power in the whole city. She had all these people running around freaking forcing these people to do a contract with her so she absorbs more of their pain. And like that wasn't explained either. Like at that point in time, they gave, like, she probably had like probably a couple hundred people absorbing all their pain, emotion, trauma, this and that. I didn't see no fucking drugs being used. She wasn't in any trouble when she's been in trouble before in the show. I just didn't. I don't know. It just maybe I'm looking too deep into it, and maybe I missed something. But like, dude, I just felt like it was. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. But it was a good show. Don't get me wrong. I'm complaining a lot, but I enjoyed my time with it, and it was still good. On Kitsu, the app I used to track all the anime I watch, I gave it like a little green smiley face, you know, little green smiley face, because that was a good show. It's Studio Trigger, so you know you're gonna get really, really, really good animation and art, obviously, because even when the animation is not animationing, you still get the pretty looks. You can still get the pretty visuals. But one thing I also want to talk about, besides the show, is the opening. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The opening kind of like gave me like a feeling, you know? Like it gave me like a vibe. I don't know how to describe it. But like it gave me the vibe of something about this story is not going to be okay. Like it kind of gave like the feeling of like stuff doesn't last forever. Life doesn't last forever. I don't know, like it just gave me like this weird dreadful feeling, but like not negative. Like it was dreadful, but like kind of like positive. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like the visuals and the music. Music's really good. It's like a nice like very slow paced like electronic type song with some vocals. It was really nice. But like that dude, when I saw that opening, I was like, oh, this show's gonna be a ride. And like I said, up to like episode 9, 10, it was doing really good, and then it just kind of fell off a cliff. But like I said, not bad. Not bad. God, I had to burp, and then I don't know. You should watch Kiznaivers. I think it's a pretty good show. What I would rate it? What did I rate the devil and angel? What did I say, like 9 out of 10? Because that show was pretty fire. I'd give Kiznaivers like what? I mean, I don't even know why I'm doing number ranking, but it's more content, I guess. I don't know. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10 because it was enjoyable. I had a good time with it, but you quite literally feel nothing at the end of it, or for me at least, you feel nothing at the end because you're just like, oh, that was it. Like I just remember when like all the end credit stuff happens, they're all in the hospital because they're recovering. They're like, oh, you two are in love now. That's crazy. All of us are friends, and then it just ends, and you're just like, oh, okay, cool. All right, to the next show, I guess. I don't know. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I won't lie. It's a good show. It's a good show. I don't know how much time I'm gonna say that. I think I'm running out of shit to say, so I'm just repeating myself over and over. But yeah, no. I mean, I would say it was worth the watch, despite me putting it off for like fucking 8 years. But yeah, no, it was good. That's all I have to really say. I don't fucking know. If you watch this video, I appreciate it. Oh, I'm just a fat dude shitting about fucking anime, so. Oh, thank you.
No, no lo diga. Así no. Entonces nos fuimos, Juanatona.
Ahí va, 1, 2 y 3.
Nos fuimos.
En el matona no venden dólares, en el matona no venden dólares, en el matona no venden dólares. En el matona no venden dólares, en el matona no venden dólares, en el matona no venden dólares. En el matona no venden dólares, en el matona no venden dólares, en el matona no venden dólares. En el matona no venden dólares, en el matona no venden dólares, en el matona no venden dólares.
1, 2 y 3.
Oigan bien qué me pasó, me antojé yo de una dona, cogí pan Dunkin' Donuts y me dijeron,
Tú sabes lo que es eso. Tú sabes lo que es. Nos fuimos. Tú sabes lo que es eso. Tú sabes lo que es. Nos fuimos. Tú sabes lo que es eso.